Okay, so let's look at the method for calculating the phi function of a number. So let's maybe just remind us or remind me what is the phi function of a number. So if I'm talking about a number m in z, so for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's take just the positive numbers. So the phi function of Euler phi function of m is the number of integers between 1 and m, if you want to look at it this way, such that the GCD of the two, the a, each a o and m is 1. Every integer in this range which satisfies this condition, that the GCD greatest common divisor of a and m is 1, is relatively prime to m. And if we count all of those numbers which are relatively prime to m in this range, the amount of them is the Euler phi function of m. So let's, instead of calculating and checking for 1, is it relatively prime, yes, no, and adding or not adding, 2, 3, 4, 5, checking, instead of this way to calculate the Euler phi function, let's look at a method to do that. So we're talking about some m, positive integer, let's call it that way. So we can break this number to a multiplication of prime numbers. So m can be looked at as prime multiplication. For example, if we are looking at 24, I can look at it as 2, which is a prime number, to the power of 3 times 3 to the power of 1. This is how I can break this number to distinct prime numbers with power of something for each one of them. This is the formula for this. Now, after I did this one, I can calculate the Euler phi function of m by applying this formula, which states that I need to multiply, to take each number in this, let's call it composition, take it to its power and subside the same number but to the power of ei minus 1 and multiply for each prime number of the composition. For example, for 24, the Euler phi function of 24 is 2 to the power of 3, which is here, this one, minus 2 to the power of 3 minus 1, which is 2, times the same for the next prime number, 3 to the power of 1, minus 3 to the power of 1 minus 1. This gives me these things which is 2 to the power of 3, which is 8, 2 to the power of 2, which is 4, 3 to the power of 1, which is 3, 3 to the power of 0, which is 1. So multiplying it gives me 4 times 2, which is 8. So the Euler phi function of 24 by using this formula and this composition of the number 24 is 8. And this is a formula, a method for calculating the Euler phi function more easily. Thank you very much, and that's it.